What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about some more undervalued Solana plays that I think are not going to stay very cheap for very much longer. That's because a lot of people tend to not do their own research. They tend to go off of what other people say just because they were successful. And I learned this the hard way. When I first entered NFTs, I started to just buy things that other people were buying because I thought that they were good. They were doing their own research. But that's not the case, though. You really need to do your own research to make sure that you trust the team and that you want to be in the project for a reason, not just because you want to make a quick flip. I just want to say that none of this is financial advice. All of this is just from my research and what I think could do well in the future. All of these projects that I'm going to be talking about today have very strong teams, very strong founders, and even though the roadmaps may look simple, they still have building behind them. They still have strong teams that want to build, that want to make their project good, that don't just want to do the bare minimum like a lot of these other Solana projects. So yeah, let's just get right into the projects. So for the first project that I want to talk about Disarticulated Skulls. Now, a lot of people hate this project. Now, this project was really hyped up before the mint. Everybody wanted to get a few to make quick flips. That wasn't the case for DSkulls. The floor went up to 13 at the peak, and then it came all the way back down to 2, which is insane. It's unheard of for a Solana project, really. Now, the reason obviously was because of the OK Bears hype and for the fact that it minted the day after. So everybody that missed OK Bears didn't want to miss the next one. So they thought that this was going to be it. They thought that Lavish Lines was going to be the next one too. And everybody bought high, and now everybody's upset that the floor price is down. And that's their fault. They should not have aped into a project just because they thought that it was going to be the next OK Bears, just because they thought that the market was going to carry the project no matter what. It just doesn't make sense. In the case of OK Bears, they have a big brand. They've been hyped up for a few weeks now. So, I mean, I'm not going to say I understand it because it's still very crazy. But it's great what they're doing for the Solana community, though. But it's without saying that not all projects are going to do as well as OK Bears, you know? A lot of projects need that time to start building and start rolling out their roadmap and start rewarding their holders. So people, after DSkulls made an announcement saying that they were going to be partnering with DGen CoinFlip, all of a sudden said, wow, this is a shit fucking announcement, and they just didn't want to be a part of it. Which I personally don't understand, because DGen CoinFlip is sitting at over 120 Solana consistently, right? Which means that they have a strong team of builders. They have a strong dev team. They're a strong project. But people were expecting the collaboration to be with DGods or some big project like that, and that's just not what it was. And a lot of people were disappointed with that, and I completely disagree. For me, collaborating with a project that has a steady floor of over 100 Solana is a great collaboration. I don't understand why people, just because their expectations weren't met, they said, no, I'm going to dump the floor, I'm going to sell out of this project, I don't like it anymore. And they didn't even look into it. They didn't look into the founder, they didn't talk to the founder, they didn't look at their Twitter, they didn't look at the Discord. And if people were in the Discord just a few days ago, it was very toxic, with a lot of people fudding the project, saying that it was going to do shit. And I was kind of afraid that the FUD would kill the project. But then when I saw the floor go down to 2, I ended up picking up another one just because I like the team and I like the founder so much. Now, if we go onto the DSkulls Twitter, currently they have about 40k followers, right? Now, if we go over to the founder's Twitter, which his name is Kurt, and Kurt is a Soul God holder, and everybody in the Soul Gods Discord loves Kurt. They're very bullish on him. They think he's going to do great things, and I think so too. And it's not only because Soul God holders say so. I actually talked to him through DMs, and I looked at his Twitter. This guy is really just, I'm very bullish on Kurt. As we can see here, it says the comeback is coming. It's the floor price is going back down and the listings are going up. Right here we can see everybody who believes in the project says, "In trust we Kurt." Every little thing about this project that makes it look good just really makes me bullish. And that's not the way with every other project. You know what I mean? Right here we see Kurt saying failing is not an option. If we scroll down a little bit, of course, be like water. But if we go down a little bit, he says that he wants to make this the #1 project on the Solana blockchain. Now, I know a lot of projects say this. They say this, they say that, and they don't deliver. The difference with Kurt is that I just get this vibe from him that he really wants to build something special, that he really wants to make this project something special. And with the art of this quality, how fire it is, I just don't see them doing badly at all. And in fact, I only see them going up from here. Currently, I hold these two. I minted this one, and I bought this one off the floor for about 3, I think. And I just don't see how you can't like this art. I mean, it's absolutely insane. I mean, it looks like they were hand drawn. It looks like there was a lot of care and time put into them. I'm a huge fan of the art. Now, the roadmap that they have is very simple, but in some ways that's good because it doesn't leave too many expectations and it leaves room to grow and to change it more. Now, if you hold one of these and don't list it, you're going to be receiving 3 different airdrops of a heart, soul, and mind. And holding these 3 NFTs will double the staking rewards of DScully token when the staking comes out. Now, if you hold 1 NFT, that equals 1 vote in the DAO. Now, this project is built on constructive criticism. The founders just want people to be involved and to make the decisions with them. They don't want to be the only ones making the decisions because they know that that's not in the best interest for the holders. Now, of course, they have the regular plans of staking, merchandise, even a play-to-earn game coming out. But I just have a feeling that they have something behind closed doors that they're working on, and even if they don't, I know that it's a strong team with strong builders and a strong founder. So regardless, I still believe in the project. I believe in Kurt, and we'll see where this project goes from here. I think it's a great entry right now, under 4. I minted mine for 5.75 with the whitelist token, which is just insane. Now, they are fully doxed through the fellowship, so they're not publicly doxed, but they are doxed to someone, which is good. Doxing these days isn't as big of a deal as it was a few months ago. A few months ago, if you weren't a doxed team, people would say, no, it's a red flag, I'm not minting it, I'm gonna see how it does on secondary, which, fair enough, you should be cautious, but I really don't think that Kurt would do anything to hurt the community. Now, they're also partnered with Meta Luxury Properties to make a metaverse for themselves. Now, right now it doesn't look so great, but it's the early stages of the project. They've minted for about a week. You can't expect too much. You can't expect something like a DGods planet or a real desolate planet, you know what I mean? You have to give it some time to let the roadmap roll out and let them build. You have to give the team time to build. Otherwise, you're just gonna be expecting way too much, way too fast, and it's not gonna work out for you. Now, the next project that I wanna talk about is Crypto Coral Tribe. Now, Crypto Coral Tribe, I minted mine for about 4.5 with the whitelist token, and obviously now we're seeing a floor of 2.4, which isn't great. It's not great, I won't lie, but that also means that it's a good entry point, in my opinion. Now, if we go into their website, which is absolutely sick, I mean, look at this. I'm dragging my mouse, and it's very satisfying. I love going on this website and just playing around. But we can see that it says, leveraging art and technology to drive marine and wildlife conservation. Now, this is the point of this project. Now, this project provides economic, educational, and recreational benefits to holders while also trying to preserve wildlife. Now, 50% of the mint revenue is going to go into a fund, which goes straight back into projects that protect wildlife while also providing return on investment to holders. Now, there is going to be staking coming out for this project. Staking will yield the token Aqua, which will be used for IRL events, merchandise, one-of-one auctions, and they're even going to have a second generation of Crypto Coral Tribes, which you can breed with their Aqua token. And honestly, in my opinion, the art is really, really fire. I mean, it looks like they paid attention to detail in these. I actually own one right now. This one is mine, and it's not going to show, but oh, there we go. It's still a very cool project. I think that they'll do very well. I like the preserving wildlife aspect of it. Not a lot of projects are doing this in the space right now, and I know that a lot of people are looking for quick flips. This is very obviously not a quick flip. It's not a short-term play. This is a very long-term play, in my opinion, but I think it's completely worth it if they can get done what they want to. Now, if we go onto their Twitter, they already have 45,000 followers, which is very good for a project that has a 2.4 floor price. Now, right here, someone said, as you may have noticed, I'm a big fan of Crypto Coral Tribe, an NFT project focused on climate change mitigation and nature conservation. On the other hand, it gives financial benefits for the holders. Now, I completely agree with this guy. I think that it's a great project if you have an extra 2 SOL that you don't mind just locking away, putting it away, and not thinking about it. I think that this is a great project to invest in because I do not see them going down. I only see them going up from here. Now, they also have 3D models that were kind of sketched up, but the artist is a producer from Disney, Netflix, even Apple. So people like this on their team just makes me really bullish on it. I mean, big people in the space and big names, and even in the world, working on this project, it gives me a really good feeling. Another really cool thing that they did was that they made all of the wallets in the project public, so people can just go in and see it to make the project more trustworthy, which I love. I love that idea, and I think that honestly every project should do that. And of course, this team is also fully doxed on their Discord, on LinkedIn, which is also great to see. Now, the next and final project that I want to talk about is Eagles. Now, Eagles minted just a few weeks ago, and people don't like them for some reason. They keep going down in floor, and I'm honestly not really sure why. I mean, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm the only one who likes the art on these, but I think that this art is absolutely sick. It reminds me of the Boryoku style, the Zaysan Raptors style, and I just love that art. I'm a huge fan, and it's a great entry point to that art because there are not a lot of projects that have this type of art that are so cheap. Currently sitting at a floor price of only 1 Solana. They went up to 2 just about a week ago, but they've been in between the 1 and 2 Solana for quite some time, and nothing's really pumped them. Staking just released and didn't seem like that helped much, and I'm honestly not sure why. Now, I do currently hold 2 Eagles. It's this one and this one. I bought both of them for around 2 Sol. I actually minted one for 3 Sol, and I took a loss on that because I didn't know about the project. I didn't do any research on them, but once I did, I actually did end up buying 2 more because I do like the project and I like the team. Now, if we go onto their Twitter, they currently have 22,000 followers, which isn't terrible. And if we look at this tweet right here made on the 27th, it says, "Our custom staking platform is complete. Already 15% staked within minutes of our announcement. Are you ready to fly?" Now, if we look at their staking platform, it actually looks pretty clean. It looks easy to use, it looks smooth, and that's all that we're looking for. We're looking for an easy, smooth staking platform. That's pretty much all we're looking for. When it comes to staking, of course. Now, there's a lot of information on this project that a lot of people don't know about because they simply just don't want to do the research on it because they don't think that it's a good project. But I'm here to share with you the information that makes me bullish on them. So the initial LP fund was $50,000 right after mint, which isn't terrible for a Solana project. It's actually pretty decent. A lot of these projects, they start with less than that and then they accumulate over time. Now, currently by staking, you're earning 10 Fly token a day. Now with this token, one of the only things that you can really do right now is just buy merch. But they do have something called the Nest system. Nest. Which you can pay 500 Fly token for and an Eagle. Now, Nests can hold up to 4 Eagles at a time to earn 2 times the staking yield. Now, 2 Eagles plus 1 Nest can be locked up for 1, 2, or 3 weeks depending on how much Fly token you spent on it, so 1,750 or 500. Now, there is breeding for this project as well. The breeding project is called Eaglets, and you can breed an Eagle up to 4 times, so you can get a good amount of Eaglets just from 2 Eagles. And the collection size of Eaglets is going to be 8,000. Now, they are privately doxed by Alder Mages. They said that they have a 100 out of 100 rating, which I'm not sure how much I believe that. I mean, they could have obviously photoshopped anything and it would have made it look real, but I don't think that this project is lying. I'm sure that they posted that because they're proud of their project and because they're proud that they got 100 out of 100 from Alder Mages. Now, the DAO is one of the things that I'm really excited about for this project. Different members of the project will be able to run different sections of the DAO based on which part of the project they want to be running. Now, they're not going to be fully running this. They're just going to be showing the best interests of the holders, which in turn makes the project kind of community driven, which is really good. I love that idea. I hate the idea that the owners and the founders and the devs are the only ones that have a say in what's happening. Another thing that I like about this project is I love the website for them. The website just looks really clean. It kind of looks like a video game vibe. I don't know, it just gives me a really good vibe about it. And the way that they talk also, it doesn't seem like a project that would rug. It seems like a project that's trying to build and trying to make their project worth it. Now, in this market, that's all we can ask for. We can only ask for good teams and good builders and signs of showing building constantly. Because these days, hype doesn't really carry out the project. At least not most of them. Obviously, we've seen OKBears run with the hype, and that's just a completely different animal, all in my opinion. I just don't even know what to say about that project. It's absolutely insane. But I will say that what OKBears did for the community, for the Solana community, was really, really great in 2 ways. One, it brought huge attention from the Ethereum side of things. So people are now looking into Solana, wanting to buy projects, wanting to buy good projects. The other thing that they did that was really beneficial to us, to all of us non-bear holders, was it gave us great entry points to every other project. As we've seen, most projects have dropped in floor price since OK Bears, and that's because people are selling out of them to try and get into bears. Now, in my opinion, I don't see a huge reason to get into bears. Now, of course, I'm being a little bit salty, and I also don't have enough money to get into bears. But for me, a project just isn't about hype. It's not only about hype. You have to have a strong team and strong builders. I'm not saying that OK Bears doesn't have that. I'm just saying that they haven't shown signs of it yet. I'm sure that they will soon. But all of these projects that I've talked about, they've been showing signs of constant building. They've been sending out announcements in the Discords. They've been talking in Gen Chat. Even the founders are talking in Gen Chat, which is just amazing. All in all, I think that all of these projects are pretty decent entry. And if you are interested in any of them, please do your own research. If you guys end up liking them, then buy some. I think that it's a great time to buy some projects that are undervalued right now, especially because the entire market is pretty much down right now. But yeah, that's gonna be the video, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. This is only my second video on YouTube, and I'm already feeling myself getting more comfortable with it. So if you guys do want me to review any projects or see anything in particular, please let me know down in the comments. I'll research anything and everything. But yeah, if you want to get in contact with me, maybe talk about some projects, talk about some plays, you can always hit me up on my Twitter. You can hit me up in Discord. I'm active there all the time. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.